What is it that has stopped him from why has he rejected it?
Okay, so I've just tried to do a little bit more digging to work out why he has rejected the DP World Tour's offer. They need him to pay his fines immediately, which, like we have just said, he can
be fine.
He can definitely do. He needs to have committed to additional stipulated tournaments beyond the standard minimum of 4. So you have to play 4 in order to keep your DP World Tour status for the year. He has to drop all of his appeals, which again we're saying should be something simple. But this is the sticking point, I think. Rahm reportedly refused to let the tour dictate his schedule and insists on playing only the bare minimum of events. So he doesn't want to be told which events he has to go and play in. So by giving in, he would be giving them access to his schedule and say, you need to play in this one, and this one in order to get it done. Now, the only other thing which he might be holding off for is his current appeal allows him to remain a member in good standing whilst the case is pending. Yeah. So if he leaves his appeals up, he's still in good standing, innocent until proven guilty type job, which is why he was able to play in the 2025 Ryder Cup at Bethpage without paying his fees. He may be betting that a broader peace deal between the PGA Tour, the DP World Tour, and the Saudi PIF will eventually absolve him of his crimes, and he won't have to do anything.
Well, I think we kind of felt like that was the thing of him going to live in the first place, is he thought that they would all just sort of marry up and come back to each other, which, to be honest, right now, doesn't seem like it will happen.
Well,
so
PGA Tour have got their kind of investment, which, and I think it was announced yesterday, the kind of PIF have got another $500 million to kind of keep the tour going as well. So they're not going anywhere. But like I said, you know what? Playing devil's advocate a little bit. One of the biggest issues that players that went to live had with PGA Tour, DP World Tour, whatever it is they were saying, I'm a pro golfer. I've qualified for the PGA Tour. I've qualified for the DP World Tour, but I am my own player. I'm not being paid by the PGA Tour. That is a platform where I could go play events.
Correct.
I'm a member, but I'm not contracted or owned by the PGA Tour. So he was saying, you know what? I don't agree with that. I should be able to play kind of wherever I want to. He did sign for LIV, which that's more of a contract, the way that they are based.
Yeah.
But I kind of understand the point that, as a pro golfer, you should be able to kind of play in events when you want, where you want to.
Yeah, so is he like a soul trader or like a...
That's what he's saying. It's almost like...
Yeah, how does his business... How does he... Yeah.
It's like a soul trader.
He's been contracted to do a... No, he's not been contracted. No.
It's a very weird... it's kind of like a very weird situation when you put yourself out there as saying, I'm a professional golfer who can play in whatever event that I want as long as it's a tour which I've qualified for. Now, I can understand the arguments from the tour's point of view where they want to secure and say, okay, Jon Rahm, you are a PGA Tour player. These are the events of the year. If you want to remain a member of the tour, you've got to play in a minimum amount of events, whatever it's going to be. I get each side, and I do kind of get Rahm's side as well. But at the same time, I really don't see why it's an issue to be paying this fine, being a member of the DP World Tour and playing in the events that he's going to anyway. Because he's going to be playing in the Race to Dubai stuff.
Yeah.
He'll be playing the Rolex Series events. Yeah. He always plays the Madrid Spanish Open.
That's the thing. Is the saying, if he's going, I don't want you to have control of my schedule, but then surely to God, the things that are down on that list are things he would be doing anyway.
But maybe
because we're just saying that they probably won't put that many lined out.
Maybe one of them is the same weekend as a live event, and he doesn't want to do that one. Or maybe 3 of them are over. Maybe they've on purpose gone. It's the same weekend as this other thing you want to be doing.
I honestly don't think they would. I think they would just say...
They want him that bad that they would just give him basically whatever he wants.
I don't think the other live players would agree to it if it was over a weekend. I think they have to play the live events.
Yeah.
They just...
But the whole kind of idea that the DP World Tour would say, okay, you've got your minimum amount of events that you can play in, but we insist that you go play at the Bulgarian Classic.
Honestly, one of the better tournaments on the DP World Tour.
It's just not gonna. I don't think it would happen. I don't see why the DP World Tour would do that, because if they're in a position where Jon Rahm comes to the table and says, "Right, I'm going to pay these fines. I'm going to play these events," and even if he says, "You know what? Okay, there's what two? Let's say we're sticking to that that 2 extra events." Like, he'd do that.
Yeah.
Like, then I don't understand what the DP World position would be to say, no, you have to go play this one.
KLM Open, mate.
Hey,
You're on the start sheet.
you are there, mate. You know what I mean?
Another great tournament, if you ask me.
So I don't see why
We're bringing the Kazoo Classic back and you're in.
I don't see why the DP World would do that. There's no point to them doing that. So for me, it feels weird. It also feels weird that like other pros have done this. Obviously, Hatton has said, "Yeah, you know what? Fine, I'll get on board with this."
Dietrich, Puig,
Moronkadonk.
Has Moronk done it?
No, I don't think he was.
I don't think he would have done it,
I don't
actually.
think he's a big fan of the European Tour.
I know David Puig has. I know Thomas Dietrich has. Tyrrell Hatton. Who else is it? I literally looked at this before we started, and I can't remember. Mickle finally.
Yeah.
There's 8 of them, isn't there? There's 8 that's.
I think Elvis Smiley was one as well.
Yes.
Obviously, he's not going to be qualifying for the Ryder Cup, though.
Well, yeah, he's now got the money to pay the fines because he won the first event.
So it's just it's a slightly.
Tyrrell Hatton, Adrian Moronk,
He did.
Thomas Dietrich, Victor Perez, Tom
Victor
McKibben,
Perez, yeah.
David Puig, Laurie Cantor, Elvis Smiley.
It's just it's a weird one because obviously it's.
Dietrich was in the talks for the Ryder Cup as well at one point last year. So, like, you know, the Ryder Cup thing is obviously on a couple of players' minds, and they're starting to think, got to get myself in a position where if I'm playing good golf when it comes to the beginning of 2027, Luke Donald or Luke Donald 2.0, whoever it is who comes in and does that job, has my name on a list somewhere.
Yeah, 100%. And that was kind of going to lead on to what I was going to say, because I was thinking of, say, if Rahm is not there, if Tyrrell Hatton's not there, if they're not at the at Adair for the Ryder Cup, who are they going to be replaced by?
And that's the main thing, which I suppose as a Ryder Cup fan and a Team Europe advocate, you want Rahm to be there.
Absolutely.
And that ultimately, like, no one can say to Rahm, just pay it. Like, it's his money. He can do what he wants. It's his life. It's his prerogative. But from a Ryder Cup perspective, like, we want him there. Like, we want to see him play because he's such a good golfer. And he brings something that would be missing if he wasn't. So, yeah.
So let's go off Jacob's question. Say he's not allowed to play in the Ryder Cup in 2027. Maybe Hatton's not allowed to play either. Who do you replace these players with in order to give Europe the best chance?
I guess it's who do you think is going to be the next man up now? Because if there's if these places are becoming available, it's going to be easier to kind of find these opportunities. So who's the names of people that you think?
Well, we were speaking just before we came in here to record about one Marco Penge.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who, we spoke about a lot in the run up to Luke Donald announcing his team as someone who had played a level of golf that would have put him close enough in order to get a pick, but maybe just didn't do it for long enough beforehand. There was a long conversation about lots of players who really wanted to go, but then maybe didn't get the pick right at the end. There was Wallace, and there was so many players who could have been a pick, and everyone would have gone, oh yeah, that makes sense. Before Luke Donald announced that he was taking basically the exact same squad as he had to the previous one.
I don't think I've got the list up yet. Yeah, so like Marco's the obvious one. You got Nygaard Peterson.
Playing very well
there. Obviously, the Højgaard twins kind of like dip in and out.
You say about having a Spanish and a guy who is actually happy to pay fines. David Puig. Think he could come through?
Just really good. Like, you got Iora as well.
Yeah.
Like, who's kind of he's such a great swing.
Yeah.
Like, you do have a lot of, and it happens every kind of Ryder Cup where you have a few younger guys starting to break through, starting to push the envelope a little bit.